Let's have it.
Hello and welcome. I am Ekene Ndulue. We are in the season of elections, and results from the recently concluded National Assembly polls have sprung up some major upsets and surprises. As usual, we are going to again witness a high turnover of legislators, and the incoming 10th Senate comprises many new faces. While some of those that were well established in the Red Chamber won't be featuring for at least the next 4 years, the narrative of ex-governors making the Senate their retirement home has taken a hit, with several of them failing in their bid for a ticket. Now, what can we expect from the incoming lawmakers of the 10th Senate? On this edition of the program, we will focus on the issuance of certificates of return to senators-elect by the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC), and what this new crop of lawmakers will bring to the legislative arm of government.
Distinguished, congratulations. Just tell us how you're feeling. Today is an auspicious day with the issuance of certificates of return. Tell us how you're feeling and what you hope to bring to the 10th National Assembly.
First, let me start by giving thanks to Almighty Allah, who made it possible for us to have this election and eventually to turn out as a winner where I came from. And also to use this medium to thank the organizers, that's the INEC, on preparing and very good template of the election, and to congratulate them on conducting free and fair election, and as well to recommend that going forward, the intention of making the election to become electronic should be perfected as expected by Nigerians. The election is about trust. The people elected you, they trusted you, that's why they stay in the rain, in the shine, in the sunshine to give you their mandate. So you, as elected, you have to start thinking on how you are going to do your best and start enumerating their issues as Nigerian as a underdeveloped nation, that to see what are their issues. We have so many numerous issues that the country needs to address, but you know the most I wanted a priority to them, and then look forth towards addressing them according to the sense of your responsibility.
Let me thank God for making this possible. I also thank the people of Kano North who have decided to once again give me another mandate to represent them in the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I'm so happy, and I thank them so much. And besides, what we are going to witness today is the testimony of the good work that INEC is doing. It shows they are really working very well. The election took place just some few days ago, but today they are calling us to give us certificate of returns. It shows they are up and doing their work, and I say kudos to them. I give kudos to them. Yeah.
I can't let you go without asking you about the recently concluded presidential elections. There's been a lot of controversy. Just give us your own personal take on how the whole process was conducted and the eventual outcome.
To me, there has never been an election that is so transparent, so open, so free and fair like this, like the election that was conducted a few days ago. Because we've seen the introduction of the device which didn't allow for multiple voting, which is so straightforward, the BVAS machine, the BVAS device. It has really brought innovation, bring modernity in the electoral process. And the election was free, fair, and very transparent. All I want to appeal to our opponents, you know, the PDP, the Labour Party, and so on and so forth, is to be good sportsmen. All right, to embrace the spirit of sportsmanship. If you lose, take it that's the will of God. When you win an election, you take it to be the will of God. So I don't think there should be any rancor. There's no rancor. To me, there's no controversy. Take that word away from there. No controversy at all. The issue is that of having the spirit of sportsmanship. All right, taking results of election the way the people have decided. The people have decided, and let's take and respect the will and wish of the people.
So, distinguished, very big congratulations for your victory at the recent National Assembly elections. Obviously, you're elated. Just tell us how you're feeling and what you hope to bring to the 10th National Assembly as one of the few female legislators.
Well, for one thing, I intend to bring fairness, credible leadership. I also believe that we, the leaders of Nigeria, really, especially the 10th Assembly, we need to tread very, very carefully. The country is in a bad place. We may want to acknowledge it or not, but that's the truth. And therefore, it is up to us, the leaders, to guide us out of whatever is happening. It is all up to us to set the right examples. It is up to us to obey the laws. It is up to us to be fair. It is up to us to understand that we're there to work for the people and not to enrich ourselves. So I am coming to the National Assembly, I believe, with I'm not saying that the people there are like that, but the perception from the people of what the leaders are. I'm hoping that at least in the FCT, I will change it and show that it's not business as usual.
All right, so let me get your take on the recently concluded elections. There's been a lot of controversy that the elections may not have been transparent or fair. Just give us your own assessment and the eventual outcome.
It was not transparent or fair. We all know that. Even in the FCT, materials did not get to the collations, to the polling units 3, 4, 5 hours later. They're only coming from down the road. BVACs were not working. Result sheets are not coming. I can't even begin to complain. So definitely the results were mostly flawed and not credible. In certain places, like the FCT, ab initio anyway, it is difficult to, force things in a certain way, because the voters are you and I, and that we are the bulk of the voters. But in other places, it's not like that. And I must say, most Nigerians are dissatisfied with the way the elections were conducted.
All right, lastly, distinguished, what's your message to women generally who may wish to aspire to political office or governance roles in the future, based on your own experience?
We all should come out and get involved. Sometimes it's not easy, but once you start and you're determined, you will get there. Also, women must understand that they are an integral part of our society, and they must be involved for us to properly develop as a nation.
All right.
this election is done perfectly by the masses, because it is not induced by any form of inducement. It was done perfectly and responsibly. So it's a hitch-free election. And we urge Nigerians to give us the confidence and the cooperation to move this country forward. We have a serious business of the day, which is security challenges and the economic situation that is facing the whole world, not only Nigeria. And I believe Asuwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who is our president-elect, will use this opportunity to write his name in a platter gold.
Well, I feel highly elated that I'm a member of the 10th National Assembly under the platform of All Progressive Congress. And as a senator-elect, I look forward to having a robust engagement with my colleagues in the National Assembly. We are going to work as a team to make laws for the good governance of this country. I feel that ours will be a kind of fraternity that will work in synergy with the executive branch of government for the good of all. I think the 10th National Assembly will provide a positive agenda for the overall progress of Nigeria. I look forward to making laws that will further unify this country, because we have a lot of issues with ethnic solidarities, which shouldn't be the case. In the 21st century, we should be operating as Nigerians and not as Yoruba, Hausa, and all of that. So I pray that God will give us the enablement as a National Assembly to work as one united group that will make laws for the good governance of this country and further unify this nation and take us out of those ethnic issues that further polarizes this country. I think that's what I look out for.
All right, distinguished, talking about uniting the nation, obviously we had the recent presidential and National Assembly elections, and a lot of controversy came out of those. Just give us your own general observations about the conduct of the polls and the eventual outcome.
Well, I differ from people who claim that these elections took certain ethnic dimensions. For first time in this country, political parties never won their elections on the basis of particular regions where their leadership come from. For example, the president-elect lost in Lagos is something unthinkable, and our president also had issues with some positions in his state. This has never happened in this country. Hitherto, we've had situations where political parties have specific enclaves that they lay claims to. This is not the case. So I feel Nigerians just need to agree to work together, and that has been demonstrated in the last election. So all that we need to do is to further consolidate on the gains made in the last election, such that we move forward. There are also issues of economy. You know, Nigerians have gone through horrific experiences in terms of the inflation in the economy, the devaluation of our currency, unemployment issues, and things like that. So we really have to work hard, and as earlier said, in collaboration with the executive branch of government, so that together we can address some of these challenges that bedevil our country. But we must unite this country.
I'm very happy, very appreciative of all the effort for campaigns and concern, and we are expecting to bring new blood into the Senate, because we are younger ones, and then we're expecting to have a change and make people believe in our democracy, because people are losing confidence in democracy, and we have the confidence that we are going to bring change. We are going to bring most expected change, particularly for people to see in Nigeria. We are here for Nigerians. We are not here for ourselves, and God willing, that's what we'll do.
You're making a transition from the state legislature to the highest legislature, which is the Senate. Just tell us how you're going to make this transition and how you're going to blend in into the 10th Senate.
Well, you know, the whole business is the same. Business of lawmaking is the same, whether in the state or in the federal or national assembly. We are many, quite a few of us coming from the state legislative arm and going to the national assembly. And we are hoping to bring change. We are in a small number in the state, but in the National Assembly we are in a bigger number, and we are going to blend very well because of our experience. And don't forget that we presided over the state legislative, so we have that experience to blend, we have that experience to work, and we have experience to pass a lot of bills for our people to be better off.
Well, I am equipped, sufficiently equipped to make sure that Nigeria advances to the next level, the desired level. And I'm sure that it will be a very exciting 4 years. We will be there to do what what has to be done for the interest of Nigerians. I'm here for Nigerians. Whether it's from Delta or from Ogun or Lagos or Kaduna makes no difference for me. We are here to make sure that things are done for Nigerians.
We are going to collectively sit down and Senate and see what majority of the opinion of the senators are. We'll now address the issue that will concern mostly to our people, especially on the electoral law, where we're still having some problems. We need to address the issues of electronic voting and all the rest of them to make sure that we have the right thing to do.
Well, the next administration of which the incoming Senate is part of has a duty, and it's just one duty, and the duty is to rebuild the nation. It will be a time that leaders of this country must, in all sincerity, make sacrifices so that we can rebuild the legislative sector, the judiciary, the executive, and then the people. We must have to be, in all honesty, committed to this. Our country needs our help, and this help can only come if both the leaders and the led make sacrifices. You can only enjoy your position if there is peace in the country, and so the youth, they need reorientation. The youth, they need future. Our children, they need future. We have to have a new, rebirth in this country, and I'm committed to that, and I made that promise to God that whichever position they push me, I'm going to fight for the unity of this country, and so this is my expectation.
Well, we are quite accelerated by the developments in the polity. Our victory, by God's grace, is not a subject of dispute, but a question of time. We are on the threshold of making history. But what binds us together as a nation supersedes whatever that divides us. We believe that other parties should align themselves with the aspirations for the peace and development of this nation, so that collectively we can catapult this nation to a higher pedestal.
Let's now get more female perspective on the electoral process so far. Here is Senator Binta Masi Garba, who represented Adamawa North in the 8th Senate.
For the first time, if you looked at the total number of people that went to cast their vote, 3 major parties, the states were divided. But again, the caveat in the Electoral Act, you must have 25% in 2/3 of the state. And APC had almost 30 states, almost about 29. The 19 northern Nigeria, as it is, including, I think, yes, as it is, we had 25% in total. That's about 19 states. The southwest, we had 25% in the 6 states. Now, obviously, the threshold of 24 states, we overshot it by 1 state. But again, in the south side, we had almost about 4 of that. Then we didn't get anyone in the southwest and southeast. And even people complaining that they have won election, even in Lagos, in terms of the numerical vote, the Labour Party had more. But in terms of the spread, APC had more. Because for you to produce 3 state senators and 22 out of 24 for a one political party shows that that state is an APC state. And other states where other parties are projecting didn't make it. All what we are saying is Nigerian has spoken. Nigerians have gone out and exercised their franchise to now know. I know that others were intimidated, but some stood by their conscience to vote who they believe will change the narrative of Nigeria as a nation. So what we are now saying that we're all Nigerians, irrespective of the political party we aligned ourselves with. The most important is that God, the giver of power, has chosen whom he has given that power. So it's for us now to see how we can all come on the round table to salvage this nation to a prosperous nation, a nation that will be stabilized in peace and progress. And if all of us are having that issue, then the better days awaits Nigeria. But I'm calling on our youth. You can't have it every day. Some have started. Take a good example of Senator Ireti in the FCT. I believe since 1999, Senator Ireti has been going for an election. But because it is her time now, by destiny, she is now elected as the senator. She has never given up in all the election in FCT. She always come out to to contest for the senatorial seat. But I think this is the time that the Lord said it is her time. And we should learn from that. Today you might be there, tomorrow you might not be there. Most of all those ones that I have vied for, and the joy that I have is that the president-elect was one time a senator, one time a governor, and now a president. It shows that he has known the vibe and the pains of Nigerians. He has done some miraculous things in Lagos State, and that's why some of us stood to see that he comes on board. And now since he's on board, he has said it even in his speech, everyone should come together. He can't do it on his own. We must build bridges and do away with trivial issues that will not make our country great. But now that we have a renewed hope and we believe that each and every one of us is the stakeholder in bringing that renewed hope into fruition.
And that concludes this edition of the program. Thanks for watching. I am Ekene Ndulwe.